Hi, I'm Norm Ritchie. I'm the Chief Information Officer of CIRA. CIRA has a number of mandates. One of the mandates, of course, is to run the registry, operate the authoritative DNS for .ca. So DNS is it's the heart and soul of the domain name system. Think of it as a large telephone directory. Whether you go to a web page, when you use email, if you use VoIP, every time you use something in the internet, it goes to DNS. Our DNS, being an authoritative DNS at the .ca level, can never go down. There's no such thing as 99.99%. It's 100% always there. We are constantly upgrading them, monitoring that infrastructure 24/7, 365 days a year. Our registry system that manages and administers the domain names themselves and the DNS settings has been in existence now for about 10 years. So we're undertaking a massive rewrite of the registry. And this is not only just new software, this is looking at all our rules and policies and determining those that we can make more easy for the registrants and the registrars. Now, Bind is the underlying technology. It's widely used by about 75% of all DNS in the world. Bind 9 has been around for about 10 years. So it works well. However, it is getting long in the tooth, and there is a need to rewrite the software, and that's Bind 10. CIRA felt very strongly that the Bind 10 should stay in the public domain and not be subject to private interests. So CIRA was instrumental in arranging financing for the launch of Bind 10 amongst the CCTLDs that are not-for-profit. The big growth areas in the internet are India, China. That's the next billion. That's where they're going to come from. Mobile devices. The internet is changing dramatically, continuing to do that, and it keeps reinventing itself. It's not going away. It's going to get larger and larger, and with that, we're going to need more and more numbers. A lot of people think of the domain side. That's what people use. When you type in your web address to go to a website, you use typically text, such as CIRA.ca. However, computers don't talk letters, they talk numbers. And currently, most people are using IPv4. That has roughly 4 billion addresses. Now, a quick calculation of number of people in the world tells you that's not going to last forever. There's a concept called IPv4 exhaustion. The numbers are going to run out at some point. Now, that's not going to happen tomorrow, but within the next few years, that will probably occur. IPv6 is the next generation of the numbering scheme. It's 128 bits as opposed to 32 bits. So we'll be safe for a while once we implement it. Now, .ca now allows IPv6 numbering along with your domain name, so you can have both an IPv4 and an IPv6 number. Historically, cybersecurity and DNS operations have been separate disciplines. Although related, they didn't really join together too often. However, things have changed lately. There's a Kaminsky vulnerability, which was, although it involved DNS, was really a cybersecurity threat. The Kaminsky vulnerability was a vulnerability found within the DNS protocol itself. It was unearthed by some cybersecurity specialists. The mitigation of that was really based on a patch. That's not a permanent solution. It's a short-term solution, and it's not 100%. However, there is a 100% solution that would mitigate cache poisoning. It's called DNSSEC, and it's the security extensions for DNS. CIRA is currently conducting trials in DNSSEC, as many other registries are, and we look to deploying that next year for .ca, which will greatly enhance the security and integrity of .ca domains. On the other front, Configure was going to use or try to use DNS to reach its command and control. The worlds of cybersecurity and DNS operations are merging. Last September, there's a group called DNS Org. It's Operations Administration Research. They had their meeting in Ottawa. It was one of the best attended ORC meetings. We're very proud to have it hosted here, and that is really the elite of the DNS operational people in attendance. Immediately following the ORC meeting, we had our first cybersecurity session. That was actually covered a number of topics. One was, the proliferation of malware and botnets. There was good steps on how you might mitigate the spread of malware. And we had a number of experts in town from the ORC meeting, and they were in attendance as well. Very well received. It was primarily government agencies for the first cybersecurity session. Feedback we received was 100% favorable, and we will be doing another one this year.